In the not-so-distant future, the global reserves of oil and fuel, now colloquially known as black gold, became scarce. The once abundant resources that powered industries, vehicles, and even nations dwindled alarmingly. The geopolitical landscape shifted violently, the once powerful alliances fractured, and new ones formed over promises of untapped reserves. Thus began the Great Fuel War, a brutal conflict that reshaped the world. The year was 2047, and humanity faced its darkest era. The age of technology had peaked, and with it, the insatiable thirst for energy. Years of overexploitation had taken their toll, and the warning signs had been ignored for too long. Now, nations scrambled to secure the last remaining drops of oil, even if it meant war. The initial spark was lit in the Middle East, a region already rich with a history of conflict over natural resources. One night, the skies above the Arabian Peninsula were ignited by the glow of missiles and drone strikes. It started when a coalition of Western nations, desperate to secure new sources of oil, launched a preemptive strike against Iran. Claiming their intelligence suggested vast, undisclosed oil reserves underground, Iran, ever defiant, retaliated with a deadly precision that shook the attackers to their core. The global energy markets plunged into chaos. Every nation with an appetite for oil joined the fray. Alliances like NATO fractured, and new coalitions emerged, driven purely by the lust for black gold. Russia, China, and a struggling European Union found themselves forming an uneasy alliance. Named the Fuel Titans, each brought its own strengths to the table: Russia's vast oil reserves, China's manufacturing power, and Europe's advanced technology. The alliance was fragile, but necessity bred cooperation. On the other side stood the Black Coalition, a group of nations led by the United States and including remnants of Middle Eastern countries, India, and several South American states. These countries, though diverse, were united in their desperation. A pivotal moment came when both alliances set their sights on Antarctica. The icy continent had long been speculated to hold massive oil reserves beneath its frozen exterior. Both camps raced to deploy their forces. The battle that ensued was unlike any in history, fought in -50 degrees Celsius conditions, under the eerie shimmering light of the auroras. It was a brutal stalemate, with neither side able to fully claim victory. Environmental collapses began to occur as the once pristine ice was stained with blood and oil. Marine life suffered, and global ecosystems started to show irreversible signs of decay. Within this grim scenario, a third group emerged, the Phoenix Movement. Comprised of scientists, environmental activists, and defectors from both alliances, they sought a different path. They declared a sanctuary in the neutral zone of Switzerland, where innovations in renewable energy were shared freely. Led by Dr. Elena Fisk, a brilliant but disillusioned scientist, the Phoenix Movement aimed to end the war by making oil obsolete. The war raged on, but the Phoenix Movement's influence grew. Desperate nations began to see the potential in renewable energy. Small-scale skirmishes erupted over control of laboratories rather than oil fields. The turning point came when the Phoenix Movement revealed a breakthrough: an advanced fusion reactor that promised limitless clean energy. This device, named Aeterna, was the brainchild of Dr. Fisk and could produce power far surpassing that derived from oil. In a dramatic finale, the Phoenix Movement engineered a daring mission to broadcast the Aeterna schematics worldwide, risking everything to end the cycle of destruction.